CBS News Philadelphia's Ross DiMattei joins us now from Doylestown. Ross, Bucks County, one of the Pennsylvania counties that was key for Trump. So how are residents reacting there?
Well, Jim, I have an update actually on the election results here in Bucks County. All morning I've been reporting that former President Trump had a pretty significant lead over Vice President Harris, about 2.5 points in the latest polls. That was with about 85% of the vote in. Just within the last hour or so, there's been a new wave of votes that have been coming in, and Vice President Harris now only trails former President Trump by less than 1,000 votes here in Bucks County, only about 0.1 percentage points. But really, that point is moot at this point because former President Trump, we know, has won the state of Pennsylvania as well as the overall election. I want to show you the moment when it was announced at a local watch party that former President Trump had flipped the state of Pennsylvania. Take a look.
We won! Thank you!
All right, you see the reaction there. The announcement came down right around 1:20 in the morning, and there were still a lot of Trump supporters in attendance at the Newtown Sports and Events Center, eagerly waiting to hear who would win this crucial swing state. And when it was finally announced, the entire party erupted into cheers. You heard the USA chants as well. I want to break down the results here in Bucks County a little further. According to the latest CBS News polling, again, within the last hour, former President Trump is now clinging to a 0.1 percentage points lead over Vice President Harris, less than 1,000 votes. And that's with about 95% of the vote result in. Take a listen to a couple of supporters of former President Trump here in Bucks County that we caught up with early this morning. They're very happy.
I want the country to be safe, and I feel like he was the best one to do that. And the border was a big issue for me, and that's why I voted for Trump.
I was up all day, all night, actually, and the result I want is no division between people. I'm sure whoever is the president, which eventually is Donald Trump, he will lead us to be the great destination in the world.
So again, just to recap, here in Bucks County, the margins are very slim between Vice President Harris and former President Trump. Currently, less than 1,000 votes separates those two, with still about 5% of the vote yet to come in. But again, that point is moot right now because former President Trump has been declared the winner here in Pennsylvania and the nation as a whole. But in theory, Bucks County could still go to Vice President Harris while former President Trump wins the entire state. Back to you guys.